Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here, and today we are looking at Umbreon, an incredibly tanky Pokemon. If your team needs a tank, go and pick up Umbreon, go and try out Umbreon, because this Pokemon is ridiculous when it comes to being a tanky Pokemon. So if we look at those stats, both defenses are over 100 base, hit points are almost at 100 base, almost 400 hit points, and huge special defense, still really good defenses, like just a regular defense, and it's just a ridiculous Pokemon. So I was thinking, you gotta go with that special defense nature, complement its high special defense. So sassy nature is what I'm going with for the speed reduction, since you're already using Curse, your speed's already going down. You can also go with something that lowers special attack as well. And I was thinking, trying to split it, you could go 252, 252, 4. I was just thinking 240, 240, and then 28. That way your defenses are going to be okay until you set up. It doesn't really make too much of a difference, it's only 7 points, but it's still nice to feel a little more durable, get a little more out of your Curse, because when you're using Curse, after you've used it 2 times, these 7 points turn into 14 more points in defense that you wouldn't have. So it's kind of a give and take depending on how you want to do it. If you just want to be more specially defensive, more hit points, go for it. Other than that, we also are looking at his moveset, Curse, Moonlight, Payback, Yawn. This is kind of the base. You can change things from here, you can work off of this, and I think Curse is pretty much the main thing you want to stick to. +1 attack, +1 defense stage. Well, that's perfect. After you use your first Curse, your defense and special defense are now on the same level. They're almost 400, and they're really going to be strong. They're really going to just be awesome stats right there. So after you use Curse more than once, like if you use Curse 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, now you have a super unstoppable physical wall. This Pokemon's going to be really hard to break down once it has that second or third Curse. And the great thing is it already has good special defense that you don't need into special defense investment, because with that 391, it's going to be really hard to hit anyways. On top of that, you have Moonlight. Now, here's where the options start flooding in. I think Curse is kind of the most needed thing. On top of that, you have Moonlight. Heals by a weather-dependent amount, generally 50%, and that's really good, because with leftovers with Moonlight, you're going to have a great form of heal. However, you can change this up. You can go with Rest, because with Rest, if you get Toxic, if you get burned, that's one of the main things that can take down a strong tank. If it gets Toxic, this guy's on a timer now, that in a couple turns, he's going away no matter how much you've set up. Rest gets rid of that, and then if you go with Rest, you can go with the Chesto Berry. Chesto Resto, set up 2-3 Curse, go into a Rest, and now you have the opportunity to go to full, and you can really just try to play tricks on your opponent. You can get free Rest turns, you can get free stuff by setting up Yawn. Puts the target to sleep after 1 turn. So here's the thing, depending on how threatening your opponent is, if they're going to be statting up, I'm like setting up and statting up, I was trying to pick between the words. If they're going to be setting up, throw out a Yawn. Just be like, okay, Yawn. Now you either have to switch out, commit to your setup and fall asleep, or that's about it. So if they're asleep, keep using Curse. If they switch out, you get a free Curse, then you can alternate between Yawn and Curse and Rest. And here's another great thing, that if you need to rest and you can see it a turn ahead, you're at about 50%, you're at about 40% of your health, you're going to survive a hit and then be able to rest. That's why you set up the Yawn. They're either going to have to hit you, switch out, or fall asleep. So if you have really good prediction, really good foresight with it, you get to use Rest, they fall asleep, you guys are sleeping at the same time, but you're back at full health. Either that or they switch out, you get that free Rest turn, and then it keep cycling out from there. Other things that you can have instead of Yawn are Toxic, if you don't want to play the mind games too much. It just really helps that, set up Toxic, go into Rest, they take damage, use Payback to finish them off. And here's why I was going with the sassy nature, is because Payback power doubles if the user moves after the target. So with Curse, with that nature, you're going to be guaranteeing that you're going last pretty much. So now Payback's going to do double damage, which means 100 power, with the stab, 150 power, with the Curse. So, now if you use Curse 2 times, you have 320 attack using a 150 power move. Not bad for a Pokemon that's not going to be taking any damage. You use Curse 4 times, well, that means your attack is tripled, and you're going to be doing a ton of damage. That's kind of how it works. I wouldn't really see any other options other than Payback. And also, if you really want to make this like a crazy, annoying strategy, instead of Toxic, you can also go with the Baton Pass, as well, just kind of like Curse, set up Curse, wreck your opponent. If it gets bad, baton pass, and now the Pokemon you get has a lot of defenses. That's just how Eevee chains are. Since Eevees have that baton pass, they have the Yawn. There's a lot of baton passing opportunities. I think it should go without saying for the rest of my Eeveelution videos. Other than that, just kind of scrolling through. Not too much else that really stands out. You can also go with Taunt if you really just want to be like, taunt your opponent, force a switch out, or force them to be offensive against you. They can't do much damage to you, so if they're trying to do some tricky things, you can negate that as well. This would work against Whirlwind and Roar pretty well. They're trying to like swap you out, just be like, hey, taunt. Just fair play, good game. Gone. So Payback's going to hit everything and hit it well. Curse is going to set you up defensively. You have good special defense. Umbreon's just a good tank. So recommend if you're looking for a tank, this Pokemon's safe to switch in on a lot of things. Its ability, Synchronize is good. Inner Focus is also an option if you can get a hold of it. Tough call right here, because if you're going with the rest setup, Synchronize is great, because if they hit you with burn, hit you with paralysis, they get burned, they get paralysis, they get toxic, whatever. You use rest, now you don't have the status that they do. With Inner Focus though, if there's a flinch team, you know, Togekiss is a very annoying rock slide. It can prevent you from getting outstalled, but it's very specific. So while not being as common, this could save you. And while Synchronize it's not more niche, but it's still pretty specific. So go with what you feel you need. I'm not gonna put your recommendations on that. On the moveset, it could go both ways depending on how paranoid you are. I would run Inner Focus just because there could be the chance that I could get Flinch Kiss down to nothing and get totally obliterated. You never know. So when you're trying to like handle all the things, Synchronize is still a great option. I could have either or, honestly. It'd be like a tough call. If I had 2 Umbreons in a box, I'd just be like, that one. Just grab a random one. Don't care. So other than that, Umbreon's strong Pokemon. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm honestly not sure why people haven't been using it a lot. You can pick it up, go play it, and do very well with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you all have a nice day.